Welcome back to another episode of Drink Tales, and today we are doing a tasting note. Now, some of you might be wondering, why didn't you do one for January? Well, funny story, this was supposed to be the January one. I specifically wanted it to be geared towards Super Bowl, but I wanted it as close to Super Bowl as possible. At the time, I didn't realize Super Bowl was going to be in February. But that doesn't matter. We're just gonna do two tasting notes for February. I think you can all guess what the second one's gonna be. But with that said and done, we're gonna dig in. As I said before, this is based on having a board full of snacks for the Super Bowl. And I know that's probably not very hard. Just get some chips and dip and other things, or some wings or whatever, and go at it. But if you want to do something where you can, drink and eat at the same time, I came up with something that I thought was pretty good for the drink of choice. And as you guys can see today, our drink of choice is going to be beer. And we'll get into the beer in a little bit. So, a lot of old stuff that we've seen before, but we also got some brand new stuff coming to the table. So, this go around, since I wanted it to be like a sports Super Bowl theme, so to speak, what you would eat at something like that, I made sliders. Now, I've got two different varieties of sliders. I've got, in the middle here, you see roast beef, Angus roast beef that I got from the store. I've also got buffalo oven roasted chicken, and both of those are good. Now, I didn't put mayonnaise on these, but I would suggest putting mayonnaise on them. In particular with the roast beef, I will also suggest putting horseradish sauce on them. And what I did put on them is Dijon mustard. I thought that would go great with these. So, throw some Dijon mustard on there, and if you're doing roast beef, some horseradish sauce, you got you a good sandwich. A sandwich that I would eat if it was big. The rolls I'm using brioche rolls. I got those from the store. I was gonna go with Hawaiian, but those are sweet, and I know we had other sweet things on the board today, and I didn't want it to be a lot of just sweet on sweet on sweet. Coming back, we got olives. You guys know I love olives. I love putting olives on my board. Those are almost a staple. But also too, we have sweet gherkins. Now, sweet gherkins were actually an accident. I didn't want them to be sweet, but when I looked and saw that I bought the sweet ones instead, I decided to roll with it. They taste great, so they do go along with the board.
And there could be a complete opposite to your olives.
Exactly. So it all works out. You got two brines, but of different varyings of flavor. I got cheese and crackers. I have my usual entertainment crackers that I buy. Those are always a staple. They always taste great. But also, I've got Gouda. But instead of the smoked Gouda that I usually get, this time around I went with Chipotle Gouda. I wanted something different. I wanted something, I guess festive would be the word. And last but not least, we have almonds to the table. I wanted some nuts on there. These are honey roasted almonds, so they're sweet. Once again, another sweet element to the table. Yeah, and get a little bit of healthy on your plate. Even though I wouldn't say anything here is overly unhealthy, but
the Super Bowl is usually one of those days where you're gonna indulge regardless.
Exactly. And the reason why I went with that goes back with I forgot to mention the cheese that's on the sliders, sharp cheddar. I'm trying to, I wanted these to be a simple sandwich, but I wanted them to be good. I guess for added texture, color, and flavor, you could also add like lettuce or spinach to these sliders to make them good. The reason I specifically chose the meats that I chose is because buffalo chicken, hot wings.
You wanted to harken back to
Exactly.
the usual Super Bowl foods.
Exactly.
That are served.
Roast beef, you get your steak. A lot of times you have some type of steak, whether it be like steak nachos or something of that nature. So I wanted something close to that on there as well.
Is this to invoke a pub-like theme?
Yes, that would also go along with that. These are all things that would make you feel like you're at a bar. But also as well too, you can do other things as well. Some stuff that I wanted to do that I thought, might be too much, but I wanted to mention various chips and dips. Dips that I would go with are French onion, hummus, guacamole if you got a fiesta thing going. Queso as well. Queso works too. Especially if it's like a good spicy queso. There's a queso recipe that me and you made a long time ago. We found a recipe for that with tequila. We're gonna do that on this show one day. We gotta find that recipe, but we're gonna do that on this show one day. It's gonna be a future tasting note. As far as like chips, I would go with either a blue tortilla chip or just a regular tortilla chip. Potato chips, of course, Ruffles. To me, Ruffles scream potato chip that you eat watching football.
And that's the gold standard.
Yeah, it's the gold standard for me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the non-Ruffles, but like I feel like the non-Ruffles are like I eat this with my sandwich or my hamburger when I'm not watching football. But when I'm watching football, like I need rugged ridges and edges and shit.
Yeah, I just associate the Ruffles with you got that extra gripping ability.
Exactly, like
your dip and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I don't know how much grippage you need for queso, but I mean every little bit helps.
Exactly. But if you don't want to go with a sweet gherkin, you could go with. There's plenty of options of gherkins and pickles and things of that nature. And of course, I went with Chipotle Gouda this go around because of its festiveness and its different taste. But you can do any kind of cheese and cracker combination. And also too, if you want to add some more healthy notes to your board, if you're dipping, get some blue cheese as well, and get some carrots, celery, other vegetables of that nature. And don't be afraid to throw fruit in there too. I was gonna do some like raspberries and something like that, but I was like, nah, this is football. But different strokes for different folks, It may be different people watching football and they're like, we want to do football things, but we want to be healthy with our football things. So, this is what we got. You want to talk about what we're drinking with this?
Yeah, it ain't nothing healthy about this. So when I'm thinking Super Bowl and football and stuff like that, two of the most common alcoholic beverages that you're going to drink would be beer and whiskey. And so I decided to try to find something that combines the two. And luckily there were a lot of options. But luckily, we stumbled upon an option that is made locally here in Atlanta. Departed Spirit Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout.
Coming to us from 3 Taverns Craft Beers. Right here. They're in Decatur, right? Yep. Says so on the label, Decatur, Georgia.
And I know it doesn't have, it's not from the team, one of the teams that's playing. But I mean, I live here. And you guys know how I feel about supporting the liquor industry that's either based out of here or is black owned. And this doesn't get any more based out of Atlanta or Georgia than this.
Released in 2020. pretty bad year.
Right on time.
Pretty bad year. Hoping the beer's not bad, but 3 Taverns, they got a good reputation. I'm sure it's delicious. Mm-hmm. We've never had 3 Taverns on the show. Always wanted to. Here we are. So that's it. This is what we came up with. This is probably what we're eating on Super Bowl Sunday while we not watching the game. Nah, I'm kidding. We might watch it. Like I said, take what we did. If you think it might taste good, go for it. You can mix and match. Like I always say, this is your board. You can be unique with it. Do the things that you like and the things that you think will taste good. But, this is just a blueprint. We go off of stuff that we see online and we come up with our own little flair. Mm-hmm. So we would hope that what we're doing can serve as a guide for somebody, especially if you just want something quick, easy, simplified. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I went to the store to get this stuff, a lot of this stuff, I spent a little. I bought Boar's Head. That's a little pricey. You don't have to buy Boar's Head. I just did it because I'm Sadiddy. I was feeling Sadiddy today, and I was like, I want the classiest of cheese. So I went and bought Boar's Head. But you do whatever you like. I mean, as Thanos says, to balance things out, my cheddar was Kroger brand. I got Kroger brand cheddar. But that Chipotle Gouda, that's definitely Boar's Head. But like I said, you do what you like, you do what tastes good. We just hope that what we show off and what we provide can be a blueprint, or may even be an out and out steal this. And hopefully you like it all and you think it's delicious. But that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you're notified of all content that comes to the channel. Check us out on Instagram and check us out on Twitter, of course. It's Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow, but what are we always saying?
If there is a beer, wine, spirit, liqueur, any type of snack type situation that we may not have access to in the United States or in Atlanta, period, let us know about it. Hit us up in our DMs. Maybe if you have it and can send it to us, that would also be great as well.
Right. And also, too, if you don't live in Atlanta, or hell, if you live in Atlanta, you live in Georgia, wherever you live at, and there's a place, there's a bar, there's a restaurant, or there's just a peculiar place that has interesting tasting food and beverage that you think we might enjoy, let us know. Send it to us in the DMs. We're going to try to go there. We're trying to travel this year. We've already got a couple of places mapped out. We might be in your town this year. You don't know yet because you don't know where all we're going. We've mentioned some places, but you don't know exactly when and where we're going. We might be in your town. Let us know so that we can go to these places. I don't want to go to state and city and be bored and go to a bland place. I don't go to New York City or whatever to eat at McDonald's. I don't even eat McDonald's here. Why would I eat it up there? But with that said and done, we hope you guys enjoy Super Bowl this Sunday, no matter who you're rooting for. Or don't enjoy Super Bowl. Don't even watch it. That's up to you. But until next time, everybody, peace.